Welcome to Orion Talk Radio. My name is Derek Bros. You are listening to The Conscious Resistance. And as we look back on 2012, we see a rise in threats to the average American's privacy, and not even the average American alone, but the average citizen around the world, whether they're a citizen of Australia, China, London, or anywhere else that's part of the Royal British American Anglo Empire. We see the erosion of civil liberties. We see the passage of another National Defense Authorization Act with the ability to indefinitely detain American citizens still firmly intact. We see the spread of drones domestically, the beginning of drones, and internationally, the rise of the drones. We were told this year that drone operators have no obligation in this country to Americans' privacy, and around the world, apparently, they have no obligation to human life, as innocent civilians continue to be the victim of the drone war that President Obama has expanded. We see the spreading of conflict, of imperialism, of colonialism by the United States beyond Libya, what we saw last year, beyond Iraq, Afghanistan, tiptoeing our way into Syria, pushing closer, ever closer to Iran, and the announcement of us spreading into Africa. The American imperialist empire spreads itself even more thin as we began to take over the African continent. In the name of spreading democracy, of course, and keeping people safe. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? We're the good guys, right? Right? That's what we were all told. We're the good guys. And the good guys only go after the bad guys. And we spent 2012 searching for these bad guys even more. We've seen the spread of Al-Qaeda. I mean, that's the excuse we're being given for going into Africa, is, well, Al-Qaeda's there as well. We need to go pursue them there. We need to pursue them anywhere we find them in the world. But what else did we see? Besides the imperialism, besides the drones, besides the technological aspect of the police state growing, and the physical, in-your-face aspect of the police state, which many of us witnessed at events around the country throughout the year. What else did we see grow? What else did we see change in 2012? Well, we've seen Americans put their time, energy, love, passion into another election, into candidates like Ron Paul. We've seen those passions built up only to see them crushed at the hands of the same system that they seek to change. I believe we saw many people finally, thankfully, losing hope in changing the system within the political realm. I myself witnessed this in Tampa Bay at the Republican National Convention, and if there was any shred of hope in the system at all, it was burned by that experience. And so we see Americans and Africans and Chinese and the Brits. We see humans around the world beginning to take steps to free themselves. Some, of course, are reactionary. They see the way the world is going, and they react emotionally and often call for their very enemy, the government, to save them, believing that more government is somehow the answer. Then we see another group, another mindset, which is a little bit more careful, a little bit more prudent, and forward-thinking. Taking in the situation we are faced with from a historical perspective. Looking back through history and recognizing the telltale signs of where the American citizen finds himself and where the citizen of the world will find himself and herself once, if, when the United States collapses and is made into a new global fascist empire. I see changes taking place in the political realm throughout 2012. I see negativity, if you want to call it that. I see darkness. I see a system that is unsustainable, and those who lead it doing everything they can to hold on to their power. And I see a humanity that has been held down for so long, waking up more and more every day, literally stepping up and standing up from a slumber that we have been in for so long, and together, as individuals, coming together, empowered, and deciding that we want more. 2013 is going to bring us a year with even more drones, with even more police state measures, with the extension of the NDA. But it's ever more important to remember that we are the answer. Take a second, stand up, walk over to that mirror, take a look in the mirror, stare long and hard until you see the leader you've been waiting for. 2013 is about us recognizing that we are the answer. We spent the last few years waking people up, waking ourselves up, waking each other up, educating each other, finding the networks. Now we recognize we have networks and communities around this country and around this world of awakened citizens who are doing what they can to change things. It's time for us to focus on preparation, to focus on building our local area, and also to cultivating our inner work, to cultivating ourselves into doing that work that will lead us past these people, that will empower us on a spiritual, mental, philosophical, intellectual level that the state cannot control or manipulate. And that is what we are here for. That is what the conscious resistance is about. Thank you guys for listening.
Since 9/11, the people of the United States have sadly witnessed the largest transformation in our nation.